All right, it's your Poets Corner, and Jabari Collins is here with me on set. Listen, we are talking here about the man's hometown, Point Fortin born, grew up in Guaya. I was in Guaya last week with my mom and my son, and we could talk all morning on Guaya and the beauty of that side of the country. Respect, my brother.
Yeah, man, always.
Happy independence in advance, man.
Well, I mean, you see, we come out in the regalia.
Yes, we represented. You kind of doing the red, I doing the white and the black.
We have it together.
We have it together. At what point did the journey for you, before we get into the piece and the I Am Trinbago selection this morning, at least for me and for those looking on, walk us through when it started. You recognize that there is an ability to write, to put your ideas on paper, and more so express it to our audience.
Well, at first I thought it happened around Form 3, getting into theatre. But thinking back on it, I remember since Form 1, I had an English teacher, Mr. Lightbourne. He wanted to get me signed up in the Oratory Foundation since then. Even before that, primary school, when we had the T20 papers, I would be reading out all the poems and trying to make a song out of the poems sometimes. I didn't really know about spoken word. I know seeing poetry on page. So it's even since then, I guess it was always a bit inside, having a really affinity to them kind of thing.
You've had a knack.
Yeah.
Is there any way you've turned some of your poetry into music, or are you dabbling at all in that regard, or is it just strictly spoken word?
I am not the most musically inclined, but I've performed to musical accompaniment.
Okay, great.
So I think to that, and there are a lot of ways where I realize my poems and the rhymes I like to use could have a nature of a kind of rap. I've tried kaiso, well, not really kaiso, more extempo. So I know you could kind of have a line there,
yeah.
A little Venn diagram.
Yeah, for sure, nothing wrong with that, because again, it's all part of the creative process and discovering and tapping into parts that might be the dormant for now, but I just feel there's some element of music in you.
I could try something.
So I'm speaking it in the universe. This piece, I Am Trinbago, we're going to take it in. This piece is something you did recently, or this is a piece that you've had for a while?
This piece is something I did last week.
Ooh, this is hot off the press.
Yeah, there's only been one performance of this piece before.
So you're capturing Trinbago in this 2025, and I guess what would have transpired from before?
Well, you'll see the piece. I'm not spoil too much.
Yeah.
You can talk on what it's say after.
Let me check it out, and I'm going to give TNT a chance to embrace it. Again, Jabari with us, I Am Trinbago, in time for Independence 2025. Enjoy.
I am reaching 7:46 for the 7 o'clock show. I am an all-fours lime on a boat in the middle of a flood. I am the ongoing battle that saw family structures crumble between Carib and Stag. Although Carib does make Stag, I am the Caribs and the Arawaks. Although there were no Caribs or Arawaks, I am the Tainos and Kalianagos. I am culture mistold. I am the ongoing battle that saw family structures crumble between two people who are of the same people but taught by another to other each other. I am proof that even when history is a lie, it still repeats itself. I am the lie. I am deception. I am watching that tin of Danish cookies and praying it's not a sewing kit. I am the grandmother turning that tin of Danish cookies into a sewing kit. I am deception. I am the grandmother, watching the holes in the clothes of my sons and daughters with no sewing kit and an empty cookie tin. I am resilience. I am the cookie tin made sewing kits. I am the slippers made goalposts. I am the knives made pencil sharpeners. I am the eldest siblings made parents. I am the parents who try their best to keep up appearances. I am the Christmas chore list. 1, sweep the roof. 2, paint the trees. 3, vacuum the gates. I am the nonsense for no reason. I am the lyrics of Chini Parang. I am more nonsense for less reason. I am the parang and the chutney and the soca. I am the drums, whether African or Tassa. I am the PNC. the People's National Congress, the bright orange Douglas-led political party. I am the answer to the race politics. I am the belief that it will always get better. I am the end of the longest rope. I am the crapo watching your pipe and deciding to quit smoking. I am C. Pollock. I am God's Trinbagonian passport and visa. I am the every month of the calendar except July and November. Because a month without a holiday could never be Trinbago. And I am Trinbago.
Let me tell you, 7:46 for the 7 o'clock news. The opening line alone captured, I mean, in a real way, so much of what we are as Trinbagonians. How does one commit all that to memory, you know, in terms of the sequence, the flow? I mean, I guess you probably would have your method to the madness, right?
Well, for me, some people go rhyme, some people know the song of it, but the connections. The
storytelling.
Yeah, because going from the Caribbean stag to the Caribbean Arawak, it ties together the history to the lies, and then what is the lie, you know, it ties together from one to the next.
Fantastic. At what point, because I ask every poet every single week, and for those who look at the program, they know what question is coming up. How do you know that piece is done? Like, you put a full stop there, but I feel that is an open-end kind of piece. You could always add to that piece.
Exactly that. I know, like I've had it taught, I know this piece is not done. I made changes to this piece this morning while I was performing it for myself practicing.
Yeah.
The first time I performed it was when Roots had their Cascadoo, because this is Cascadoo week.
Yes.
We had an open mic in town. It was Wednesday. And while I'm there, we reached late, and I added in that line about reaching late. We reached 7:46 for the 7 o'clock show.
Wow, yes, true.
So
True.
it will always build. It will always build.
Good vibe. How can folks keep in touch with you, Jabari?
Well, first you can keep in touch with me on Instagram at Jabari.Collins. Jabari_Collins_. The dot is that you can find me at the.Stragglers. That's a poetry collective I'm a part of as well. You can see me performing at Bacano Leaf open mics every month, and at Roots open mics every other month.
Yeah.
Is that places you could find me.
That's right. Jabari Collins, you know, the youth man from Guaya, but you're up on the side now.
Yeah, man.
Respect. Keep up the great work, bro.
Of course.
And thanks for that amazing piece. I am Trinbago.
Thank you.
When I heard the opening line alone, I say yes. That is us. I think the only thing we try to get to on time, well, at least for me, I get to on time here, but also for a flight, you don't try to mess with that, you know. Boat ride is a different conversation, you know, but nonetheless.
If you know the promoter.
Yes. Let me tell you, we're going to take that pause. We come back, some gospel music to take us to the top. Alyssa Joseph joins us live. See you soon.